Hello, everybody. I'm trying to stay positive through all this bull that's going on, but I still feel a little. Of course, I know that this is going to take a while for all of this, everything that's going on to process. So I need to stop trying to sit here and expect that when I do videos that I'm going to feel a certain way a little bit. But I'm learning to cope with everything that's going on. So it's like each day that go by, it does get easier. And as a matter of fact, that's what this video is going to cover, is take it one day at a time. And now when it comes to taking it one day at a time, a lot of people that get into programs, and it could be a program, maybe you was an alcoholic and you trying to get your sobriety. Maybe you was a drug addict and you trying to get, clean. So some people can go cold turkey and quit, but the majority of people have to go into programs to help them to just take it day by day. And that's actually one of the first steps in those type of things one of the first steps is admitting that you have a problem. Once you admit you have a problem, then you learn to take it day by day. But day by day can also apply to things that you're going through. Like nowadays, so many people are having loss to where you have to celebrate your loved one's life, or people are passing on, so you're losing people in death. And obviously, there's so many people that you can lose, from your mother, your father, like I said, everybody that's close to you. So because you lose that person that you just so used to being around, or you lose the person that you're so used to talking to, now you have to take this day by day in order to just accept that this is your new reality. So when it comes to taking it day by day, you just have to make it to the next day. And part of making it to the next day, when you're depressed, or when you're grieving, or when you're traumatized, or when you're anxious, it's so many different array of feelings that you deal with when it comes to dealing with something of extreme measures. And like I said, it could be extreme measures to you trying to get clean. It could be extreme measures from just mentally you lost something or somebody. So when it comes to all those type of things, you just have to take it. That's all you can do. You cannot do no more than what you can do at the current moment. And everybody has their own way that they process anything. And everybody has their own personality traits, their own belief systems, their own culture, their own support system. So all that stuff ties into taking it day by day and how you can take it day by day. So you have to factor in all that stuff I just named, how you have to work all that I just named. So if you somebody that have a strong mentality, you have a good support group, you have pretty good family cultures and things like that, I think for you taking it day by day will be a lot easier. But for someone that don't have no family, someone that maybe can kind of break down a little bit, like you get a lot of breakdowns, like mentally you break down easy, or somebody that just don't know how to handle life, it's going to be a lot harder for you. So I'm guessing that this video could really apply to the people that, what I just named, you don't have nobody, you break down a lot, and you just trying your best to learn how to take it day by day. Because obviously when somebody loses a mother or a father, or somebody close to you, a sibling or anything, obviously this is your first time with a loss as that extreme. And a lot of times, so many people have issues between their parents, or you might have sibling rivalries where you have issues between your siblings. You be like, man, you know what? Forget so-and-so, such and such. If they died today or tomorrow, I wouldn't even care. Okay. So when they die, I don't want to see that tear drop down your face. Or when they die, I don't want to see how you all super depressed, because it's easy to say this stuff when these people are still walking the earth. It's easy to say that because they still here. But it's a total nother story when you actually go through the loss. I mean, it's a total nother story to where you will not know how you feel until it's your turn to go through it. And it's like so many people that have never lost a parent, they try their best to empathize. I wouldn't say sympathize, but they do try to empathize But they really can't, because until you are in the shoes of somebody that lost somebody, you can't understand. Only thing you can do is just be a shoulder or be an ear, because you don't know what the person is feeling. It's not a bad thing, it's just facts. So to take something day by day, you just have to deal with your emotions as they come. And if you have to cry, like, I know there's a lot of men that believe to be manly. Men don't cry. I'm a man. I ain't about to cry. I'm a man. Good. Man, you better let them tears out. That is so cleansing. In order to clean your soul, and in order to fully get through whatever it is you're going through, you have to let them things fall. You have to let your tears fall. You ain't gotta cry in front of everybody like my little silly self do, but I don't care if you go in your room and just cry to yourself until you can't cry no more. And I can attest to that, because I let myself cry. And to be honest, it's not even about letting yourself cry, because when you're hurt so much, it ain't no letting them tears gonna fall whether you want them to or not. But that to be said, I've cried so much that I'm getting to the point to where I can't cry no more. So I done processed that stage of my grief, and I done processed that stage of taking it day by day, to where some of that is kind of behind me now. Now I'm sure until the day I go, that there's going to be moments where it's going to be something that remind me of my mom, or it's going to be something where she's going to cross my mind, and it might bring a slight tear to my face, but it won't be as extreme as it was when I first got the news that she's no longer here anymore. So just taking it day by day. Start small. Like, let's just say you just went through something real extreme and real traumatic that got you stunned in your place. When I say got you stunned in your place, a lot of times stresses and stuff can stun you, and it can stun you to the point to where you stuck. Like, you stuck, I don't care if you stuck just sitting down, and maybe you be sitting there for days on end or hours on end, or you just kind of stuck in your house, just like you stuck in wow. Like, wow, did this really just happen? Like, really? Wow? So, like I said, the support group helps out a lot, because you'll have that support person or persons with the S on the end that will hold you accountable to keep living and to keep moving on. And that helps out a lot. Like, I helped my stepfather, because obviously, you know, if he was married to my mom, of course he loved my mother, so that hurts him a lot, to the point to where, you know, he didn't want to do so. So I said, all right, man, you know, the least I want you to focus on right now, just take a shower. Something as small as taking a shower is something big to somebody that's going through. And it ain't even just got to be death. It can be anything that got you stunned. So taking it day by day is just starting with the little things. Something that's just as little to you is a big step for somebody that can't pull themselves together, like a shower. When somebody is depressed and they're going through, they don't care about a shower, because they don't care about themselves right now. They probably could care less about life. So if you got somebody, a supporter, that can say, hey, you know what? Just take a shower. And if you got the energy, fix yourself something to eat. Just focus on them 2 things a day, and then we'll cover the next day after that. Now, as small as eating and shower sounds, that is a huge step for somebody that's trying to pull themselves together. So to take it day by day, you don't have to do a bunch of huge, tremendous things to try to speed recover, because you're not going to speed recover. I was reading on this, and it says a lot of the grieving process takes up to a year. That's average. Average meaning that's the majority of most people of what it takes for that. And it could probably take less than a year for some, more than a year for some. But the average middle mark is it takes up to a year before somebody is like they at the acceptance stage to where they're okay with what just happened. So through this whole process of this year, you have to take it day by day with the little things. The little thing could be just taking that shower. The little thing could be just eating a plate of food. The little things could be just talking about it. The little things could be allowing yourself to cry. Little things. It's little things that eventually over time it adds up into a big thing to where you're healing, you're recovering, and you're still living life until it's your turn to celebrate your life onto the next side. So, you know, when it comes to having somebody, you know, that maybe lost somebody from this epidemic, or it just lost somebody. It ain't just got to be the epidemic, because people are still dying normally, guys. People are still dying normally, to where it's not just the coronavirus taking everybody out. So if you just got somebody that lost somebody, you know, just don't try to force them to be okay all at once, because that's not going to happen. And it's definitely going to take a special person to be there for somebody that's going through, because a lot of people don't have the strength to be there for somebody when somebody is really going through, because a lot of times when people going through, they crying, they depressed. A lot of the conversation is depressing. So most people can't handle that. And that really goes to show who your true friends are, or really the true people that got a good heart is. Because a lot of people, because they don't want to deal just with the depression or just the negativity of what somebody's going through, they bounce. Or even if they don't leave, they're not there like they should. Like every time you look up, the person that's supposed to be quote unquote your friend, where you at in my time of need? Like, I really need help and you're not here for me. So you just, one day at a time, you know, one day at a time is all you can do until you get to that okay acceptance stage. That's all you can do. That's all I'm doing. That's all I got. So every second, every minute, every hour, until every day, until you learn to get to, okay, I'm at peace with this. I'm at peace with this, because the mind actually has a way of processing everything that it goes through in life. And there's a grieving process. I don't necessarily remember all 5 of the stages, but I believe there's 5 stages. And the first stage is denial. The second stage is, what is it? The second stage is, that's why I said I forgot. I know one of the stages is denial. The other stage is bargaining. The last stage is acceptance, but I forgot the other 2. But you have to go through all them stages before you complete your grieving process. And you're going to always like be sad that whoever you lost is not here no more. But it gets easier to where you accept that they're gone. Like when I first lost my kid's father, I was going through the same thing I'm going through now. And it actually took a couple years before I got to the okay stage with him, because he's been gone for like 5 years now. So you do get to where you will be okay after a while, but you just learn to celebrate more of the memories versus celebrating the fact of what happened to him. So take it day by day. Whoever's going through something right now, whether it's just like you trying to get clean, or you just going through so much turmoil with just trying to cover your bills, or you just going through so much where you ain't got no support group, or you just stressed the hell out, even you just regularly depressed because you just been through a lot in your life, or you just lost somebody from this epidemic. One day at a time, boo-boo. One day at a time. And when you're doing your one day at a time, you have to be doing something to progress, to get out of this current just depression, negative, just cloud that's over. You cannot waste away. You cannot waste away. You cannot just stay in one spot wasting away. You have to push with all the might you got until you can get through whatever it is you're going through. Because if you don't, you will waste away and end up with whoever you lost, or you will waste away and just end up just either sickly or dead. So push through life, push through loss, push through hurt, push through trauma, push through this evil world we in. Push, or fight. We all got to do it. I'm doing it. We all got to do it. Ain't nobody out here that can talk about they ain't got to do it, because if you on this evil ass place we call Earth, you got to fight. We all got to fight. Some got to fight harder than others, but eventually we all got to fight. So I got to get stuff done. I still got a lot that is on my plate and I have to do. But no matter what you're going through, fight or push through it, okay? All right, guys, time's of the essence. I'm making better time of it. Making videos. I'm actually pushing to make videos because I be feeling so down sometimes that, like I told y'all, I said this before, that I was going to take a break from YouTube. But it's like my passion is so much for YouTube and trucking. I do what I'm passionate about, even no matter what I'm going through. But sometimes I was like, nah, I don't feel like doing it. But you know what? The best time to do something is when you don't want to do it and when you don't feel like doing it, because that come out to be the best stuff that you ever produced in your life. So I've learned that to do things when I don't feel like doing it, nor do I want. So that's what I'm saying. The more you educate yourself on things, and I don't care what type of topic or area in life it is, the more you can handle things. And I really feel like that's why I'm kind of handling this situation pretty well, is because I started doing some reading on the afterlife, life after death, even just reading about death and getting spiritual, like getting more like on spiritual scriptures, and just getting, getting God to deal with me right now. So the more you can be educated, the more you can be intellectual, the more you can be open-minded, the better off you can deal with just about anything that comes in your life. So, all right, guys, let me get stuff taken care of and get on my way. But like I was trying to say, time is the essence. I'm making better time of it, fighting and pushing through everything that seems to cross my path. So, all right, guys, y'all be safe out there. Make sure y'all wearing y'all it's called PPEs now. Protective. What is it? Protective something equipment, whatever. It's PPEs to protect yourself from this crap out here. So let me get my motherfucking face mask. Hold up, wait a minute. Shit, Bump using disposable gloves. Use them motherfucking reusable gloves. These some gloves you use to, hold up. These some gloves you use to wash dishes with. Sure, I ain't about to wash no dishes. I'm about to protect my motherfucking self and my kids from this stupid epidemic. I wish, you know what I wish, y'all? I wish Corona was a real person, because I'll punch that sucker in the face real fast for taking my mama out. Like, y'all know my dad, he's a comedian, right? And he was like, Corona is a pump, because if you notice, it mess with weak and old people. You don't want to mess with nobody that's your size or somebody that can fight with you. You mess with all the weak and old people. Like, you mess with the kids, the old people with weak immune system. But we don't see you trying to mess with people that can beat your tail. And then my dad was like, hey, man, what's going on here? Because if you really look at it, you got, like, they talk about social distancing and all that stuff, but then you got homeless people that be out there begging all day long around everybody, and then you got crackheads, dope fiends, all that be on the streets, and they be walking around, they ain't got net call, they ain't sick at all. So how in the world is homeless people getting away with not catching it, and then drug addicts getting away with not catching it, and drunks getting away with not catching it, but people that work every day trying to do the right thing, the normal people, we catch it and die and get out of here. So what is going on with that? This thing